Hey guys, today we're going to be doing the same thing that we would have done if we were at school. So we're going to be going through chapter 9 notes for section 3 and 4. So make sure you're paying attention as we're going through these. Make sure that you have your notes pulled up and that you're filling those out as we are watching the video. You're welcome to watch the video as many times as you need to be able to get your notes all finished. You will want to make sure that they are completed so that you have them for your class on Thursday for your test. Okay, let's get started. Iraq. The world's first civilization was established in Iraq. Mesopotamia was once in part of Iraq. So you guys remember us talking about Mesopotamia and the Sumerian people at the beginning of last semester? So this was still in the same area as Iraq. In 1968, the Ba'ath Party took control of Iraq. In 1979, a Ba'ath leader named Saddam Hussein became their president. Soon, Iraq invaded Iran in 1980, with Saddam Hussein being their leader. The war went on until 1988. Iraq then invaded Kuwait. Kuwait is an oil-rich nation. Many were worried that Iraq would take control of the oil exports. The United States helped to push Iraq out of Kuwait. They called this time where the United States were in Iraq trying to get them out of Kuwait. They called this the Persian Gulf War. Some of your grandparents might remember this. Some of your parents might remember this or have been a part of this war. But Saddam did not want peace between these countries. The UN, so we talked about the UN, the United Nations, put on an embargo on Iraq. An embargo is a limit on trade, so this affected their economy a lot. It basically stopped other countries from being able to trade with Iraq until they finally got out of Kuwait officially and gave that back to the Kuwait people. Iraq today. 10 years after the Persian Gulf War, Saddam Hussein launched a terrorist attack on the United States. They were not very happy that the United States helped to push them out of Kuwait. On September 11th, 2001, was the day that the terrorist attack took place. So that is the day that the Iraqi people, or that are believed to be the Iraqi people, flew the planes into the Twin Towers in New York City and also into Washington, D.C. Saddam was later tried and executed for his crimes. Iraq's people belong to two major ethnic groups: the Kurds, which make up 15 to 20% of Iraq's population, and they speak both Kurdish and Arabic, or the Arabs, which make up 75% of Iraq's population. They speak Iraq's official language, which is Arabic. Nearly all Iraqis are Muslim. 60% are in the Shia Muslim group, and 35% are Sunni Muslim. So we talked about the difference between Shia and Sunni on our notes on section 1 and 2. So if you want to remember, if you don't remember what the difference is, go back and take it. Iraq's government and economy. In the 1970s, Iraq was the world's largest oil exporter. Iraq has wide plains and a fertile soil, allowing farmers to grow many food crops. Farmers grow barley, cotton, and rice. Fighting between the Shia and the Sunni Muslims has caused Iraq's government to be unstable. So while oil is one of their largest exports, or one of their largest things that they trade with other countries, they also trade food. So barley, cotton, and rice are big for them. Iran is an Islamic republic. This limits the rights of many Iranians. It also means that they follow very strict Islamic law. In 1921, a military leader took control of Iran's government. This leader became the new Shah. A Shah is their king. In 1978, Iranians began a revolution against the new government. A revolution is a drastic change in a country's government and way of life. More than half of all Iranians are Persian. They speak Farsi, which is the Persian language. Iran has one of the largest populations in Southwest Asia. Over 35 million Iranians are under the age of 25. So we talked about this being somewhat of an issue in section 1 and 2 when we were talking about Saudi Arabia. But for them, 40% of their people were under the age of 15. Now in Iran, over 35 million people, which is about probably close to 25% of their people are under the age of 25. Most Iranians belong to the Shia branch of Islam. Only 10% are Sunni Muslim. So remember, Shia, the branch of Shia, they usually have pretty strict laws, and they are the ones that believe that only religious leaders can talk to them about the different stories and teachings of Muhammad. Iran is currently run by a theocracy. A theocracy is a government ruled by religious leaders. The head of the Ayatollahs rule the government. An Ayatollah is the supreme religious leader. So an Ayatollah is usually the person who kind of runs their government a lot of the time. But the country also has an elected president and a parliament. But the Ayatollah is the supreme leader, so they're the one that make most of the decisions. Okay, that is it. If you have any questions, please send me a message or an email. I will be with you all day today. You have no other assignments, so just make sure that you get those notes completed for your test on Thursday. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.